Could the WNBA be headed to a lockout? Over the weekend during the warm-ups of the All-Star game, over 40 WNBA players wore "Pay Us What You Owe Us" t-shirts, putting pressure on the WNBA to come to the table with better terms for their collective bargaining agreement that is set to expire at the end of October. Essentially, the league has grown by multitudes in many different metrics over the past few years due to players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese coming into the league and skyrocketing engagement from fans. Attendance is up 13% year over year, and ticket sales have grown 26%. The average attendance for a game grew to 11,000 this year, which is up from 5,600 in 2022. Even All-Star voting soared with 1.29 million votes in this year compared to 96,000 in 2023. But a big topic has been these expansion fees. Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia are all set to join the WNBA between 2028 and 2030, and each of those expansion fees has been $250 million. Remember, in 2023, the Golden State Valkyries were acquired for $50 million in expansion fees, so that's already 5 times the growth. Not only that, the average WNBA franchise is valued at $269 million, which is up 180% year over year, and the Golden State Valkyries that were bought for $50 million are now worth over $500 million. So what are the players demanding in the CBA negotiations? First, a major increase in revenue sharing. WNBA players currently receive 9.3% of the revenue, whereas in the NBA, players share 50% of basketball-related income. So the revenue sharing is a little bit complicated because the WNBA owners only own around 42% of the league, and that 42% is really where the revenue gets divvied up, where there's other investors within the league itself. To get to that 50% mark is going to be a little more difficult, but what the Player Association is looking for is a flexible revenue sharing model that increases the percentage over time as the business grows, and not a fixed percentage moving forward like they have been in the past. It's important to remember that the WNBA league minimum is around $66,000, with the maximum being around $249,000, whereas in the NBA, the league minimum is $1.27 million. Other priorities for the Players Association is better travel logistics and expanded rosters. The league is also interested in coming to the table and figuring this out because no one wants a lockout, and especially with other competitive leagues popping up overseas or even domestically with things like Unrivaled, there could be other places that WNBA players could go if it does come to a lockout. Here's what Napheesa Collier had to say about the protest after the game.
You know, the players are what is building this brand and this league. We feel like we are owed a piece of that pie that we helped to create.
Well, there appeared to be a little bit of division after the game as to who came up with the protest.
The t-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and you know, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
The players showed a united front, and the fans were completely behind them during the game. So what happens now? So the negotiations are going to continue until October 31st, when that new deadline is going to be reached for the new CBA. And if the negotiations are stalled, then we could see a lockout. If you remember 2011, the NBA had an extended lockout that saw a season start much later, and there's only around 66 games, which were much more tightly packed. And you saw players like LeBron and DeMar DeRozan playing in the Drew League during that time where they're locked out. So we could see a similar thing happen with the WNBA. Let us know what you think about this in the comments below, like the video, and subscribe for more WNBA content.